Scholars have long been interested in the degree to which American literature can illuminate the historical study of culture and the ways in which historical research can inform our interpretations of literature. The majority of this work has been concerned with the circulation of other printed documents, for example, letters, journals, advertisements, and newspapers. During the past few decades, critics have begun to investigate these same questions through material objects by examining what they call material culture. The art historian Jules Prown defines material culture as the study through artifacts of the beliefs, values, ideas, attitudes, and assumptions of a particular community or society at a given time. The term material culture, Prown explains, is also frequently used to refer to artifacts themselves, to the body of material available for such study. Scholars thinking about and working with material culture enter into the archives, special collection sections of libraries, the streets, landscapes, and public spaces represented within works, museums, and authors' homes to find evidence through which they can examine a culture and its products. One way of approaching the material lives of 19th century literature would be through the materiality of the books themselves. Critics working on book and print history examine the printing, advertising, and circulation of these books as commodities, even the material, the recycled rags, that was rendered into pulp for 19th century paper. We might examine the complex relations between objects and humans represented within text. The critic and theorist Bill Brown reorients our thinking about material culture through what he calls thing theory. This theory explores the indeterminate ontology where things seem slightly human and humans seem slightly thing-like. Brown finds that narrative fiction can expose textual residues of cultural history through form. Objects, he claims, become figures of thought and of speech. At the same time, narrative fiction can show us how objects might refuse to give up the full story. Recently, the critic Robin Bernstein has built on Bill Brown's thing theory to ask how objects might help us gain access to otherwise undisclosed dimensions of a text. She uses the term scriptive thing to name an object that makes demands upon their users for specific gestures, movements, and play that draws us, or more technically, interpolates us, into an ongoing pre-scripted drama. These unwritten, but still imprinted, scripts become important tools for interpreting the past. Bernstein turns to a novel that was highly mediated by material, Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin. Stowe's novel was widely circulated and incredibly popular with readers. In its first year of book publication, it sold over 300,000 copies in the US alone. It was quickly adapted for the stage, and there are numerous products called Tomitudes produced to accompany, advertise, and supplement the novel. Bernstein reads one, a square handkerchief that was given away with copies of the book and printed with an image of Uncle Tom and little Eva, surrounded by a John Greenleaf Whittier poem composed specifically for this object. Bernstein argues that this handkerchief conscripts readers into the defining sentimental act, the shedding of tears over the death of little Eva. Now, while digital material culture sounds a bit like a misnomer, high-resolution imaging and improvements in computer technology have enabled us to build and mine expansive digital archives for material approaches to the studying of the past. GIS mapping, reconstructed three-dimensional models, and large-scale searching and cataloging systems are all altering our understandings of objects, texts, and contexts.